Bawo coming through that. What is good, my people? Today we're going to be listening to Motionless and White. I said it right this time, no issues. The song is called Voices. This is the official video. This one was highly requested, and you guys asked for it and here to deliver. But before we figure out what our guys are on today, do me a favor, hit that like button, and if you are new here, hit the subscribe button, notification bell. Any requests can note down in those comments below. Without further ado, let's get into it, my people. Go.
Voices in my head again, trapped in a war inside my own skin. They're pulling me under.
Bro, this for sure is a 2010 song, man. Hey.
But still feel the pain.
Wow. So numb to the pleasure, but he still feels the pain. So he's not a sociopath, because like if he was, he would feel nothing. I just thought that was quite interesting that he the way he worded that.
But still feel the pain. If I shelter my soul, would you cover your eyes? If I told you the truth, would you dare me to lie? I keep it all inside because I know the man is everything but kind. Voices in my head again, beating me in a war I can't win. I can hear them now, swept in a game inside my own skin. I don't know myself anymore. They're pulling me under. Voices.
Interesting. So this one is quite interesting, given what he's been talking about. I mean, the voices are in his head, so there's no external force, voices or forces, telling him or criticizing him, regarding like what he is or what he shouldn't do. Right? It's all stemming from within, right? And that sort of goes into him saying, it's a war he can't win, because like, how do you fight yourself, like the mind is such a powerful like organ, like our brain, in our body, right? It dictates how we move, it dictates how we feel, it dictates happiness and sadness, right? How do you fight something like that, right? It will always be like an uphill battle, right? If this is not right, nothing will be right, my people. So you got to take care of your mental health, right? And this song is your reminder, your wake-up call to do so, okay? You happen to click on this video by chance. Out of all the videos you could have clicked on, all the reactions from Motionless and White you could have clicked on, you clicked on this one. So if you, my person, are going through something, make sure this is taken care of, because if this is right, everything in your life will be right. You feel me? I want to speak more about the lyrics, but I feel like I've been yapping too much, so I'm gonna next pause. I'll get back to talking about the lyrics. You feel me? Because like the two songs I've heard from these guys, man, they have really been making me thinking in these lyrics. Like, I love songs like this, but same I hate songs like this, because like it just makes you feel things that you don't want to feel, right?
Shadows and death, I curse not the wicked, I praise not the blessed. If I told you the truth, you beg me to change.
Wow.
If you are a currency, you are a bank. Voices in my head again, beating me in a war I can't win. I can hear them
hold up, my people, wait a minute. Like I found that lyric, if you, sorry, if I, sorry, what the, I don't want to live forever, I want to live for right now, quite interesting, because that is literally signifying like how he feels, right? Our guy throughout this entire song has been at war with himself, right? He's been in survival mode, right? Think about, this is not a one for one comparison because he's given uh the context of the song, and it's not funny either, right? Think about playing like a like Warzone, right? Or some type of battle royale game where you're like constantly, again, it's not a one for one comparison, but this is a way where I can sort of describe how he's feeling, and the video not get limited, right? You're constantly in survival mode, right? Like trying to ensure that you end up winning the match, you survive to the end of the match, right? And doing those actions to survive, to win the game, right? To win against yourself, to win against your ops, right? You don't find the time in that game to actually experience the map, right? The beauty of the map, like what the developers put in that game, right? To draw attention to like the environment, right? Because you're focused on ensuring that you survive and you're the last one standing, right? And it's a, and utilizing that those same concepts of make sure that you're the last one standing, like he's trying to make sure that he survives himself, right? He who he is in that moment survives all the voices that's in his head, and that does not allow him to live and experience life, my people, the pleasures of life. Like he just wants to live, right? And he can't do that again when he's fighting to survive every single day to ensure that he wins at the end of the day. Like, and it's again, it's crazy because like he just wants to experience life, and he's not able to do so because like he's in survival mode constantly. Very similar to, as I mentioned, like you're playing your battle royale game, your Fortnite, your Warzone. You take a moment to look at the map. There's somebody behind you ready to take you down, right? Because like the moment he stops surviving, that's the moment where the voices will win, right? But yeah, my people, I'm going to run it back a little bit, and we're going to continue. I didn't run it back. I'm gonna run it back now. Wow, powerful lyric, man. You can't save me from me. That is a fact. Everything that okay, my people, man, this was such a heavy song, and I don't mean like instrumental wise, like lyric wise. It's quite a heavy song because essentially, our guy, right? He's just like he's trapped in it in his own mind, man, and it's like for him it's like a cycle because he mentioned like it's a game he can't win, and I would say he can win it, but it's very difficult because like if you have external voices that you're fighting, it is difficult as well to sort of quell those voices, right? Because you let them like get to you, but it's way easier than having to fight yourself. Because he at a certain point in the song he said like I don't even recognize myself, right? Because like the voices in his head are slowly and surely changing him into something in some way he doesn't even recognize, which is that tells me that that's been going on for a long time because like that's something that doesn't happen overnight. It's years, my people, years of just like trauma, years of like self-doubt, you know, years of like intrusive thoughts and like internalized like negativity, just like eating away at the core of who you are until like you're just a shell of your former self, man. And that's the part that's like crazy. He mentioned, if I showed you myself, would you ask me to change, right? And then he also mentioned, I keep it inside because man, it's not kind, right? I Those lyrics are quite interesting because essentially saying that like he doesn't want to seek out help from someone else because uh, he he's not afraid of what they'll think about him. He's afraid of whether or not the way I'm interpreting it, right, whether or not they would agree, right, because that would just send him downward into that spiral, right, of just like deprecation. And I think that we in 2026, right, especially as guys, the I feel like friendship in its terms, right, is it's somewhat dying because people are pretty much out for themselves, right? If you're lucky enough to have one person, like you are rich beyond anybody with like $1 billion, in my opinion. Right? If you have two people, you're doubly as rich, and you can count those people on two hands, my friend. Like you, you have something that you hit the lotto, right? You literally you hit the lotto. And I always feel for people that don't have somebody, right? And for whatever reason, not able to speak to their parents, right? They don't have any like friends. And I don't mean like, for me personally, I consider my friends my family. So when I say I'm speaking to my fam, I'm speaking to like people that you would be probably considered friends, right? As well as people that you're related to by blood, right? But blood is there's saying that blood's thicker than water, but I always tell people if you're not careful, that just means you're drowning a whole lot quicker. The people that are closest to you, family wise, blood relation wise, can be the ones that will harm you a whole lot quicker than somebody who is not related to you via blood. But that's just a topic for another day. I'm getting off topic, right? But this is what this band makes me do. They make me think, right? Find like-minded people, find your tribe, because there's nothing worse than someone who's fighting their own thoughts, losing their sense of self, and hiding that pain because like they're afraid of what others would think, or they have no one to like have a sounding board to vent off of. So just, you can take one thing away from this song: fix this first, find your tribe, find your people. Again, you don't need to have like 20 friends. You don't need to have 10 friends. You don't need to have 5 friends. You need to find that one person that you can like lock in with, right? That you can truly be yourself with, and you can truly be yourself. They can truly be their self with you as well. It's a two-way streak, my people. Like, that's where I'm gonna leave today's video. I know I went on a whole little tangent there, got a little rambly there, but if you made it through to the end, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one, my people. Peace.